Ladies and gentlemen, I need to move my microphone out from behind my computer because you want to know what today is. Today is September 10th, 2015, and this is the KNKL Show, episode 257, where we normally learn to be better artists, but today is Thursday, and on Thursday we like to sit our butts down and think about things, and today we're going to be talking about the worry habit. The worry habit, what could that possibly mean? Well, I'm going to disclose some amazing information to you guys. Some of you who might be feeling like you're holding yourself back, or like there's this thing that you really want to do with your artwork, or a story that you want to create, but you just feel like you're holding yourself back. And then even worse, you start worrying that you're holding yourself back. We're going to be talking about those two interesting things and how they'll kind of butt heads, and really how the problem might actually be the worry, right? The worry about holding yourself back versus you actually holding yourself back, all right? So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's crack our knuckles and go to work. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the reason why we're even bringing this up. Let me talk about this. So let me start with a story, right? Because I'm working on the latest page. Oh my gosh. Sneak peek, and nobody has seen this yet. This is the brand new page of Emma. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Only you saw this because you tuned into The Thoughtful. But I've been working on the comic lately. I've been putting more time into it, feeling good about it, right? And I've been also taking time to enjoy playing video games with my little brother, with my girlfriend. But I realized that video games have always just been a part of my life, right? And I always fall into this problem. I fall into this feeling of that, like video games are like my old life. Like I need to get past that, and I need to focus on just this one thing, which may or may not be true, right? But I feel like in order for me to like find a solution to that or move forward, I need to stop worrying about it. I need to stop worrying and feeling like there's something wrong with me for me just choosing to enjoy my life, for choosing to enjoy something that I've worked hard for, right? I've worked hard, I've paid the price, I've worked for many, many years to develop a skill, right? And now I'm creating my own thing, creating my own business, and I'm working for one of my, like the coolest companies in the world, right? And that didn't just happen by luck. I mean, there was some luck in there, definitely, but the luck is basically somebody taking a look, right? Me getting an opportunity, and then me having the skills to step up and do it, right? There was no like pity job. There was no like pity, no pity job given to me, right? And the same thing goes for you guys out there. Understand, this kind of goes into what we were talking about a couple weeks ago, is that understand that whatever consequences or rewards you get, you need to accept those. You need to accept them without complaining if it's a consequence, or without apology if you did well. Without apology for your rewards and for what you're creating for yourself if it's good, right? And really what I want you guys to pay attention to more than anything is that realize that the place that you are in life, and this is a kind of a tough thing to say, but I think it really bears repeating. Or like when I first heard this, I was like, dang, like that, oh, it's like so tough to hear this. And that is, the things that are surrounding you in your life, you've attracted to you, not by the law of attraction, not by, oh, let's just think about it, right? Meditate upon it. I think of a Lamborghini and then it's magically in my garage. I think about terrible family members telling me that I can't do it, and I just worry about that, and then there they are. You know, it's not positive or negative thinking necessarily, but rather you attract those things into your life by the person that you become. The person that you become makes you deserving of certain things, right? And you can go on and on about like positive thinking this, negative thinking that, or like people who, comparison games, right? It's like, oh, well, if I had a lot of money and a nice car and a beautiful home and a perfect little family, right, then I would be happy. But you want to know what's interesting is that I would argue that you wouldn't. If you're not happy, if you don't find a way to be happy with what you currently have, with the state that you're in, if you don't find something to be grateful for and to enjoy that, enjoy where you currently are, in progression to where you're going, I guarantee you that even if you got that thing that you were looking for, got that thing that you think would make you happy, you still wouldn't be happy. And here's why. Here's why. This goes back to the worry habit. We're going to be focusing on this dead center, right? Put a spotlight on it. This is all we are talking about, right? Worry, the worry habit. Okay, so basically this boils down to two separate rules, okay? So if you have no matter what circumstance or whatever is surrounding you in life, if you have the habit of worrying about things and making up stories, or sometimes I know this happens specifically to a lot of my guy friends, they'll just come up to me and they'll say like, man, Keenan, sometimes I just have these weird like thoughts. Like, so I'll be driving the car and then I'll it's like you're driving down 2 lanes of traffic and then you just imagine like what it would be like if you just like jerked the wheel and like just totally like head on somebody and just went flying out the windshield, and say there's like a bridge and then it's like a 200-foot drop and you just smack the water and then that's the end of you, right? You sink to the very bottom and then everybody forgets that you were ever alive, right? And people will ask me like, why do I have those feelings? And I have those feelings too. I have those feelings all the time. And sometimes it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. So maybe I'm like deranged or demented, thinking of terrible things happening to me or my loved ones, or like terrible things happening, like losing things, losing friends, losing family, losing people you care about, losing money, losing things like material things. All of that stuff stems from one thing. And that is what we're looking at today. And that's worry, the worry habit. Okay, so you can worry about 2 things. And here's why worry really, really, really sucks, right? Because you worry about not having what you want, right? You worry all the time about, oh man, will I ever be able to get this thing, right? Will I ever be able to get this thing over here? And then once you get it, you think that, oh, okay, I got it. Now it's time to relax. Okay, now everybody take a deep breath. It's time to relax. But here's the thing, because you have that worry habit, guess what you're going to start worrying about now? You're going to start worrying about losing it. You're going to start worrying about losing it. You have the thing, and now you're going to be looking to the left and right instead of enjoying what's right in front of you, worrying that it's going to go away, worrying that it's going to leave you, worrying that it's going to disappear or that it's going to get stolen from you, right? And that's why worry, the habit of worry, is such a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous thing. And it can really take so much of your life, and like it really takes enjoyment out of life. And I'm using myself as example 1 here, because basically, for those of you who know, just moved into the new studio, right? You think that I would be super happy about that, right? But lately, like over the last month, I feel like I've just been kind of in this weird like haze, kind of like this weird funky mood where I just don't know what the heck's going on. I almost feel like I'm looking out of my eyeballs, but I'm not living on the inside. It's almost like I can't believe that this is happening, but at the same time, I'm almost like, well, I don't want to enjoy it too much, because if I get too much happiness, or if I'm too happy and then it gets taken away or I lose it, then, oh man, that's going to hurt really bad. So the best thing for me to do is to just not enjoy it that much. Right? Do you see how like lame that sounds? Do you see how crappy that sounds? It's like, no matter what point in your life you're at, if you're developing a skill and you get good at something, you should relish that. You should be happy about that. And stuff like that is harder to lose. I mean, like the only way that you can lose a skill by like drawing or something, or singing, is if you don't use it, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. But other things, just as like, say you got a really cool car, or say you got a really nice apartment. You just moved out with your friends to a really cool apartment. Enjoy those things. Like, don't be afraid to be in the moment, because if you don't do that, then what's the point? What was the point of you working hard to get there in the first place? So what if it gets taken away? So what if it changes, It's like the only certain thing in life is change. I'm sure you guys have heard that. Or the only constant thing in life is change. I really like that quote. So it's almost like, just understand that stuff, like sometimes you're just not going to be able to predict things. Sometimes things are going to be taken away from you. But guess what? That should not stop you from enjoying every second that you do have it. Enjoying every second that you do have it, living in the moment, living your life, enjoying your rewards, and not apologizing to anybody. Don't apologize to your neighbor. Don't apologize to your friends just because you decided to do something different, okay? Because you decided to follow your heart. You decided to stick with something, right? And I'm talking about building skill, for those of you who don't know. But it can really be applied to anything. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, is that understand that if you're worrying about things, if you're worrying about not being to the place that you want to be in life yet, I would highly recommend that you kick that habit out while you can, because guess what? If you don't, and then you eventually do end up there, you're still not going to be happy, because then you're just going to worry about it being taken away. Okay, understand this, and I wrote this down in my notes, right? My little notes here. Yeah, it's like, you are an amazing person. Sometimes I just like to write little love notes to myself. Like, you are an amazing person, right? Because just look at the things that you've created, right? I decided I was going to make a show, and I did. I decided I was going to make a comic, and I did. I decided I was going to work in video games as a concept artist, and I did, right? What kind of person do you think would have to, what kind of person do you think does the things that they say, right? That's called a leader, right? And just like you guys out there, understand that, look, it's like where you're getting to in life. If you're attaining the things that you want in life, if you are going for the things that you want, then you are a leader, and you need to have confidence in that. Have confidence in that. And if you don't feel like you're leading your life, then guess what? It's time for you to make a change. It's time for you to figure out, say you want to figure out, you want to lead your money, right? You get to the end of the month and you're like, oh man, I wonder where it all goes. I wonder where it all goes. Do you think that somebody with that mentality can run a business? Do you think at the end of the month, they will literally just look at how their business is running and be like, I don't know where it all goes, right? You got to figure out. Here's a key phrase, a key phrase for your entire life, okay? You got to know where everything goes. You got to know where your time goes. You got to know where your money goes. You got to know who your friends are. You got to know the people that you're surrounding yourself with. You got to watch what you watch on YouTube. You got to know how you're spending your time. This might be valuable for you. It might not. I don't know, but I like doing it. So if you guys enjoy it, then that's really awesome. But you got to really pay attention to where it all goes. Where it all goes. And I'm not just talking money. For those of you who got it, you just got it. All right. So pay attention to where it all goes. But I wrote down, you're an amazing person. You're not holding back. You're not holding back. You're just doing what you would do, right? If you feel like you're holding back and you're worrying about it, or you think there's something wrong, then that might be the problem right there. Not actually that you're holding yourself back, but you would, like, here's an example. What I told myself is like, look, I'm a leader who likes to make comics. I like to make a show, and I like to play video games. And who cares, right? Because the person, like, in order for me to turn that into like something that would throw away everything that I've worked for, I would have to really try hard to do that. I would seriously have to, my mom's living in the basement at my place now. I would have to literally change rooms with my mom. I'll go down to the basement, right? I'll set up all my video games, and then I'll just sit there every day and play Destiny, right? Because the new expansion's coming out. So I can just play Destiny all day and get back into World of Warcraft, and then, stop making the comic, stop making the show. So many things are standing between me and losing everything that there's no point in worrying, because I'm just not the kind of person that would let that happen, right? And I want you guys to get to know yourselves. Get to know yourselves. I feel like I'm talking about myself so much on this one, but I just use myself as an example. Maybe it can relate to you. Understand, like, you really got to get to know yourself. Get to know yourself and ask yourself, am I the kind of person that would let this happen? And here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with you saying or understanding that you have weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with you saying, I'm the kind of person that falls victim to this, right? Or right about the time that this starts showing up, I get really insecure and I want to run away, or I try to distract myself, right? And sometimes that's what I feel like what I'm doing with the video games, right? Because I'll be working on my comic, right? It's just like this amazing page, and I was like, whoa, I drew that entire chandelier. Like, I've never drawn a chandelier with that much detail in my life. Whoa, oh, wow, it's like really good. Okay, maybe I should like just go away. Maybe I should just like walk away for a second. Man, I really want to play some Bloodborne right now, right? And I'll get up and walk away. And I do recognize that as a bit of a distraction, but maybe more so the problem is that, maybe it is a distraction. Maybe I'm the kind of person that just gets distracted. And you know what? That is okay for me right now, because I need to focus more so on enjoying stuff and not worrying. Because here's the other thing. Once you get that worry habit out of the way, now you can then, it's like, say, hey, you know what? I want to get up and play some video games. I understand that I might be distracting myself, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's like once you just kind of stop worrying about that stuff, and then you enjoy the game, enjoy the comic, stop feeling like there's something wrong with you, then that gives you the chance, then you are in the position to begin improving yourself, right? You can begin to improve yourself. You're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I am getting a little distracted. Or no, it's not even that. It's not even thinking that you're getting distracted. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm just really enjoying this comic. I'm going to keep doing this. And see how natural it is? It's not like, oh, I got to force myself. I got to force myself to stop playing that distracting PS4. It is turning me into a zombie. I need to sit down and focus on this comic, because that is what a good person would do. You see how like crappy that is? You see how that doesn't work? Whereas if it's like, no, I'm just enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying what I created for myself. I am a leader. You are a leader. You've taken yourself to exactly where you are right now, and you're going to continue taking yourself to where you want to be. But remember, kick that worry habit, okay? And we're going to wrap everything up. Kick that worry habit, because just as much as you worry about what you don't have, even when you get it, you're going to worry about it being taken away. You're going to worry about it leaving you. You're going to be worrying about it getting stolen. So don't do that crap. Just focus on where you are right now. Be happy, be grateful, enjoy it, be in the moment, and enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey to where you're going to get to, right? There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. I'm glad I didn't mess that up. That's a good one too. Yeah, happiness is the way. So just keep that in mind, all right, guys? And with that, we're going to go ahead and end today's show. Thank you guys so much for joining me on YouTube. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. My name is King Lafferty. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on Tuesday, where we'll be wrapping up our Splatoon piece. And until then, you guys take care. See ya. That's what I'm talking about.